Hello, my name is Candy Block. I'm the founder of Right Hearted Weddings, and this is your weekly one-stop shop podcast talking about wedding planning, cultural traditions, and relationship and wellness advice, all in 10 minutes or less. So let's get right to it. Today in wedding news, we are going to talk about elopements. Now, this has become increasingly popular because of COVID-19. There are a lot of couples that had larger weddings and gatherings planned. They don't want to wait until next year to get married. They're not really into postponing the entire thing. And so instead, they're planning to elope or have a small micro wedding. I specifically today want to talk about whether booking an elopement package is the right option or if you should DIY your elopement planning. So let's start with the DIY option. So DIYing your elopement could be the right fit for you if you already have all of your vendors booked. So this basically means that you don't need to hire anybody. Maybe you can't cancel the contracts and get refunds, or you don't want to. You really like everybody that you've hired. And so instead, you're just going to make changes to the products or services that you receive to better fit a smaller wedding day. So for example, if you already have a great florist hired, instead of providing flowers for a 200-person wedding, they might just provide you with a bouquet, a boutonniere, and maybe some kind of backdrop for your ceremony. Choosing to DIY your elopement would also be a great option for you if you're really choosing to just do a quick ceremony, kind of in and out. You're going to either go to City Hall or the courthouse. You'll have the ceremony. It'll probably last no more than like 30 minutes, and then you're going to go home. So you're not really planning to do a full celebration. And then DIYing your elopement could also be a great option for you if you are still just really enjoying wedding planning. I mean, even with the huge wrench that has been thrown into things with COVID-19, if you're still enjoying the process, you feel like you're supported by your vendors, friends, and family, then by all means, keep doing what you're doing. Hiring an elopement package, though, might be the right fit for you if you are the exact opposite. So if all of these changes to your wedding plans are causing a lot of stress or a lot of grief and sadness to come up, then hiring a wedding planner that can negotiate your contracts and make changes for you would take a huge burden off of your plate. Hiring an elopement package would also be the right option for you if you don't have everybody booked already and you like the idea of hiring just one person and then having the entire day taken care of. So if you're kind of thinking right now, yeah, an elopement package might be the right option for us, but what does that really entail? I'm going to share it a little bit more with you. So kind of behind the scenes, usually for elopement packages, vendors that have worked together before, they work really well together, their styles align, they get together and decide that they're going to offer certain services at certain price points in order to create this kind of one-stop shop package deal. Usually that starts with a planner or coordinator, so that's who you're going to be booking, although sometimes it does start with elopement photographers, and then that person is going to coordinate with all of the other vendors for you. There's a really great venue actually in Tacoma, Washington, that does this. They are a little kind of like boutique location, but basically you book there and then they go to their florist and they go to their dessert vendors and they kind of piece everything together for you. So it might be somebody that has a location, but that's not always the case. So that's the next big thing that's included in an elopement package is that venue scouting or like location finding search process. They often know the best locations where you're going to have privacy, great views, and really easy access to it. So that way all of your vendors can come in. It's going to be a really smooth and easy day, and you don't necessarily have to hunt for those places. And then really it's going to be similar to a wedding day when it comes to coordination, and that they're going to do the planning for you. They'll come in, set up, they'll coordinate the ceremony, they'll coordinate any other fun things that you have like toasts or desserts or food. They'll clean up everything at the end. So really for you, you're booking them, you might be talking through a few details, and then you just get to show up, get married, celebrate. And the celebration is the key point here. If you're booking an elopement package, you're likely going to have a few more of those wedding day elements included, so you really have this full celebration feel on your wedding day. On our Right Hearted Weddings app, we have a lot of vendors that are offering elopement packages right now and have teamed up with other vendors in their area. So make sure that you're searching for that if you're still planning to get married this year. Next up in our wedding traditions, trends, and cultural blends, I'm going to share a little bit that I learned this week about an Ethiopian wedding tradition. So this actually came from another planner. Their company is called Statuesque Events. They're based on the East Coast, and they specialize in multicultural weddings. So as I was searching this week for a fun tradition to share, I stumbled upon their Instagram. And this is one of the posts that they shared about the Ethiopian tradition of the groom arriving to the bride's parents' house on the day of the wedding. So this is what they shared with me. Once the groom and his men are ready, they come to the bride's house with flowers for the bride and ask to be let in. Usually the bride's family and friends make them wait a little while, but once he finally makes it in, he presents his gift, and then the family sings and dances for some time before everyone heads to the ceremony to get the couple married. It's always a festive and love-filled first meeting of the couple, which starts the day on a high note. Now, I absolutely love this. I love the idea of turning this like first look moment, which oftentimes has really kind of morphed into a really private moment for a lot of couples that choose to do a first look. So I love that this is really flipping the whole script on that and turning it into its own little celebration and including all of the family and friends. So I absolutely love that. So thank you, Statuesque Events, for sharing that on your Instagram and allowing me to share it here. They also have a brand new YouTube channel that I highly encourage couples to check out, where they actually are interviewing the couples that they've worked with to talk about their wedding planning experience and blending a lot of cultures into one wedding day. Again, they're called Statuesque Events, and I will link to all of that information in our show notes. Today's heart-centered health topic is all about abundance, and specifically when it comes to money. Now, money is a big topic for a lot of engaged couples and married couples alike. I don't really think this is a topic that ever goes away once you're married, because your finances are always going to be fluctuating. There's actually a great book that I'm reading right now called It's Not Your Money by Tosha Silver. And this was recommended to me by a few of my different business coaches. And what I really love, this perspective that she has in the book, is that money comes and money goes. And I think right now with COVID-19 and its impacts on the economy and the changes that you're probably making to your wedding day, you are feeling the crunch of this. And that might be in a good way or a bad way. Maybe you've been able to keep your job, you got a stimulus check, your vendors are working with you, or you're getting refunds. So you might be feeling this in a good way in your bank account right now. You might be feeling that abundance, but you might not. And just know that if you're struggling, keeping this mindset of money's going to come and money's going to go. It's really just flowing through you. You don't need to hold on to that stress of it. Can just really help during this time. And one thing that I also want to encourage is that you just keep an open line of communication with your partner about your finances right now, especially if things are swinging pretty drastically in your bank account, whether that's a lot coming in or a lot going out. As you're wedding planning, if anyone else is contributing to your wedding, whether that's parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, if somebody else has contributed, you'll also want to keep just an open line of communication with them as well. And remember that everyone is experiencing something different financially right now, whether that's your family members, your vendors. So keep an open mind as you're having these conversations. Try to be really understanding, and just remember, money comes and money goes. If you want to learn more about this abundance money mindset, again, that book is called It's Not Your Money by Tosha Silver, and I will also link that in the show notes for you. And then last but not least, it is still Pride Month. This is the last Friday in June. So I just want to give you a quick reminder that we are still fundraising for the Trevor Project, which is a nonprofit that helps LGBTQ youth in crisis. So we're actually doing a t-shirt fundraiser. So that's hosted through bonfire.com. We have 3 different designs available. My favorite says, I stand on the right side of history. We also have one that says love is love and choose love. So you can find all of those designs online. Again, I'll link that in the show notes for you too. We have tank tops, t-shirts, sweatshirts, all sorts of goodies. So make sure that you grab those. All of the profits are going to the Trevor Project, which is just a really great nonprofit that supports the LGBT community. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe, like, share, comment on these videos or this podcast. You can also download our free wedding planning app. Right Hearted Weddings is available on the App Store or Google Play. You can download that for free, create an account, and then you'll swipe on pictures from different vendors' portfolios. We will keep track of that for you and then match you to the right pros that fit your style, your budget, and your location. So you can, again, download that for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.